doesn't want anything to do with you, and this person is, and I deserve better. And how you settled for maisha yako could have been better. With pa mtu kona yeye hata mad. You know?
Yeah.
And that you are, because if you're on the risk, but the pain comes in when you realize, you know.
Okay.
And it's that pain is what with the reality check. The reality comes in is it was
then it's an open relationship.
If that is you,
if these are truly your sentiments,
hey, check.
Facts after facts, bro. Who are you?
Who did man like Kamlesh's take on it?
In a good way of it, but about this topic is because of the current ongoing situation.
But we don't know if it's true.
Whether it's true,
It says
I know who are going through the same thing. So there's you know, and you trying to find the same with Kula kona characters zake, we work on characters zake, or different characters. But there's also where I was checking at it over. There's where exactly like you just snap quickly, you know, if you argue really fully move on, like it's both ways.
Like it's whether you are cheated on the receiver.
Yeah, I think it's
because you got caught.
I'm talking from experience.
I'll fumble big time, you know. So unaangalia pia ni wapi una cheat. What's the right time?
Walk us through.
You're actually well represented.
Most of the for the relationships I've cheated, low performance, and I tried to talk to the guy. Yeah.
You know,
but it's also something else. Like not time to
finances made you
like I think ni ukichoka, like kama umechoka na msee sana, like
you'll never understand.
Like
make it official.
I'm over. You don't say nini hapo.
My perspective, because I was having a conversation, trusted this guy, black chick, is calling her, and your husband is on my DMs and stuff. Jealousy because you see something about also this people. You'll see maybe a lifestyle you want has decided. So she was actually sharing the experience with me, and I asked her, "How do you feel?" And she said, "Of course." But again, it's a lie because because they always know their lane.
Exactly.
They don't like if you give her time and you allow telling me, I really don't have what is best for you choice, right? But what choice are you gonna make with Juanga? Man is saying, let me support my man, or let me every time he's doing something, he comes with it. However much he wants to assure you, okay, everything is gonna be okay. If something happens, you're gonna rub it off. It will never be the same. However much confidence you had in your marriage, in your relationship is gone. Like to revenge.
You identify back.
Yeah, identify back, you know. So at doing it, Nico, like we're even.
And then you continue from where you left.
Yeah, nasikia tu niko sawa. Like I don't know how currently after being cheated or not the receiver because you're angered, right? We don't tell you. And the moment you think you're hurting me, I've already hurt. All this time I was comfortable. I'm just and then when like
I used to go for
you won't notice. Like you tell to this person. You'll say, okay, I wanna but the moment you move on and most atakutoa akili kwa huyo msee or
over someone get under someone.
And they're still in a so when you cheat, it's not gonna be just sex and I come back to you. You never forgive personally. I feel like one is gonna regret. There's always regretting. There's some men don't actually want and they continue life like you ain't shit. The ones that actually regret. So you know, kids are the ones that actually face it because they're not peleka mtoto wako huku mlete huku this week. Kids actually
joining us. I see y'all getting one. I would want to know if infidelity. So come there.
I was waiting to take it.
Here as well, because she's the other lady. If you ever found out. And number two for the guys include
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You said Eugene again. No.
Wala at papa. For the guys here, why is it always hard for us? If we care, did you suck this?
Why?
Yeah.
Alright. Why don't men forgive
you? But where it could happen?
From my perspective, what was talking about, right?
Yeah.
You see, stupidly. So, and this is us. It slipped out
with no hands.
Whatever, she put it back in and lied about it.
You feel
okay?
Me?
And probably he's indulged. Why would I subject myself trust because I am not the most wealthy man that she will ever meet.
Someone better,
I'm
yeah.
a thing of choice. You know, but when we compete with somebody who's emotional,
That's why you let them go and you say, get your shit, get your ass out of here.
she cheated and what she was dealing, not emotionally invested in it. A pretty girl, probably nice, didn't think about it, let the small head think on his behalf, jump into bed on a charge. But the thing is, a basis of trust really difficult for men to.
And that's what they do. See, I'm not compete with your emotions. You get your shit.
Exactly.
Oh, no. You got to go.
Even
Would you want to be forgiven?
No, I don't think I should be. No. But do I want to be cheated in a suit? You don't. I know what I'm doing is wrong. I'm not a child. I know sticking my dick in this woman has consequences. Woman having a good time. Now my children are involved. Because the respect level first. Their mother comes first. So when you cheat on their mother, tell me, Dad, you did on my mama. Because you can't. What Trump saying?
Okay.
You fuck around, but then there's gonna be men out there. Fuck up. That's a wrap. You out the door. All to make sure I was gonna be with. You know, cause my wife had white men after her ass too. Cause that's, you know, you got to be God.
Radio in the building. Anasema mwiko ndo tunashare.
Man is wise. Tunashare mwiko. Unakujia
Asha, bro. Exactly.
Maesuri ya seme ni jama.
saba.
Walai te saba.
Hey.
Joke.
Yeah.
Yeza
Sufuria saba niko moja.
sufuria. Okay.
Even I
The thing about it, I think women cheat more than men. I think it's the document because we're manipulative.
Way better than us.
You're more manipulative. You're dissatisfied.
perfect that.
You don't think?
That's the question. Money, have they ever faked it? Have you got it?
Man is gonna say,
No, I'm-
Anna protect me.
faking it and hurting. But I don't know how I really cared about him. Give him the justice. I didn't want to justice all for him, man. For real, cause like, why am I?
You tell him, I'm not getting the status. Joby, have you faked?
But you've cheated.
I'm really so after I'm really
insisting that you'll be fake. Why is it saying Joby? Organs, and I guess that's what you're asking.
That's what we're asking.
When I'm having sex, it's something that I want.
Maria, that's right. That's what we
I
say.
have not experienced that. The
That's true.
sexual pleasure comes differently. If I'm not so open to
But
Maria, that's such a political correct answer.
Exactly.
Maria, you might be.
Exactly.
That's what we're doing? Okay.
I think maybe we have different.
Okay.
Ugandan men are looking.
Maria, we understand. We understand. Yes.
I think people have like
Infidelity. It's about the person.
Yeah.
Sex is just about the person you're having sex with.
dissatisfied. Maybe you
Somebody says you don't want to take your shit. You better know what you're doing.
Oh, listen, let me ask you this. You love this man,
Yeah.
but you think
He does it. But
Simple,
it's
that's
not that
cheating.
I'm having a conversation with you about
Today's lesson.
Listen, it's experimental. If you say I don't like it, don't ever do it. I bounce. That's just it.
What kind of Frankenstein sex are you having? Oh, shit.
so Umoja Radio in the Chichima, you want him to.
Coming from an African family.
But me, my dad.
That's weird. I don't know, because
He was very-
patient is
Wait, what?
Okay.
He charged. Wait, what did you say?
Oh,
that's how it came out.
No, I honestly think I did.
What?
yeah, but can we?
It is a big thing. About cheating, we have emotional infidelity, and of course we have this. All people are falling like they fall. However, I also have a street online prostitute of what they do.
That's a job.
Yeah, it should be for money. Every day.
Yeah.
What was his question?
Live with other men and they still have partners.
No, if their partner knows what they, it was hard.
Oh, yo,
You
come
know,
on.
and
I
it's
know
not
that's
even-
right.
He's actually really okay with it. Deep down, they'll be
That's
like
the way you were, but except the you girl on the side that we don't know about.
walking there.
But say to let me
So-
ask you this. Would forgive him? What?
So you decide to go and meet the Al Shabaab.
Say to is saying everything but that's what's up, that's what's up.
What do you mean?
So, if I told my partner cheated and I went to cheat,
Now you're going because
The one who cheated, would you want to be forgiven? Would you want to be forgiven? You said,
the moment you come back to someone, it means you want favor from that person. The moment you step back, it means you want favor.
you want to be forgiven. Yeah, you want to be forgiven. How did they want that word?
You want favor. You want to be favored because you're like you have come back
After
because
cheating, now you're coming back.
yeah, because you want to be favored.
To be forgiven. He asked you to forgive. You have not spoken about it.
that's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's good. Thank you for
Look,
not
it's up.
answering the question.
I should gonna say he's very arrogant.
This is the time to die on his sword, man. That man is not seeking forgiveness.
Said
That
he's
man
going
is
to
not
war.
coming back. That man is speaking with the truth. Nothing happened.
It's a battle.
What do you
bro.
mean? You
What?
see it.
What? Moja Radio is saying men don't ever forgive cheating. And that's true. That's true, man.
And we should never forgive cheating.
But we should be
But
forgiven.
why do
Question mark.
men expect to be forgiven? Yet they don't want to forgive.
Maria, listen. If I decide to come to Uganda and I yam you, I am my spouse is in a better place, emotionally speaking, to forgive me than your boyfriend is to forgive you. Because for men, we are convinced by simple things. You know, like you see a girl with a pretty face looking good with, you know, and you're like, I wonder, my lord, I wonder.
How it's gonna be.
You know, and all I did was wander, explore. You should actually call me an explorer. You know, like an adventure seeker, not a cheater.
Come, let's
I sought
explore.
adventure and wonder. And if I get it, it's all good for me because I conquered. But that's the difference between the conqueror and the one that gets conquered. You get what I mean? The conqueror gets praised. The person that gets conquered is never praised. They're ridiculed because he had the better of you. If you understand my analogy.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That's why men are always asking questions of details, like Shmani said.
Why do you want to know?
Because you see, for you, you would have had to submit to him.
But he asked somebody to submit.
Yeah, that's different. Like,
But why would a man be submissive though?
No,
That's
no,
your
no.
first
That's
not
why
my
we.
point.
That's why we want to know your. That's why we want to know your body count.
that's not my point. My point is, when you lay down with a man,
Yeah.
you metaphorically and literally open up to him and
Yeah.
for him. That's where the submission comes. So that's why the man will be like, alikukunja kunja.
Yo, cheating is nothing. It's both. If a man
Alikuweka
cheats,
position
it's cheat. If
gani?
a woman cheats,
But why
it's
don't
cheating.
women ask the details?
Because I feel disgusted. Because I'm gonna get hurt more. I feel like
The more you tell me,
the more you tell
the more
me,
I'm pissed off.
I
Even
get
us,
pissed off.
when we're asking, the more you answer, the more we get
Then
pissed
why
off.
you
But I
asking?
want to know.
You wanna know for what?
Exactly. Exactly. We want to know. Even though we're not going to be happy with the result, we want to know the
So
shit.
should we ask our men too? What did you do to her? Should we ask the question if they cheat?
For me, like, I feel like I do ask.
You
I've
ask?
asked, yeah.
Hey.
I did ask, like,
Did you do that thing you do to me?
yeah, exactly.
Exactly right.
Have you already fucked
That's
her?
right.
Have you already
That's
fucked
right.
her? Like, I want to know, are you sleeping? Did you already fuck her? I just want to know that. If you say yes, then I'm
That's
going.
right.
But it's not like
I want to know.
That's not
Me, I've
detailed.
seen,
Did you
me,
lick-
I've asked before.
Did you lick the bottom of his ball sack? I want to know. You gotta know.
Did you do that
Yeah,
thing with
right.
the back of your throat?
Not that.
Did you do that
No,
thing?
sir.
No, you're
Feel
nasty.
me? Hey, yo.
And that's why you gotta get your ass out, Shimani.
I don't want to know.
I don't wanna know, y'all. At the end of the day, it's both, y'all.
Yeah.
It's both. If a man cheats, let's don't stop justifying, that hey, it's okay for a man to cheat because it was not emotional. It's just physical. I think we are looking for excuses.
I don't think it's all right for any of us to cheat. I said it happens. I'm not gonna do what Cameron said. I don't think it's all right at all because at the end of the day, trust is destroyed. So it all depends on the person that you cheated on, whether or not they can accept that you cheated on them, whether they can accept it or not. That depends on that person that you cheated on, whether they can accept you back.
This is why you go
That's
back
on them.
to the point Kamlesh made at the beginning, and still on the fumbling, because I mean,
You fumble in a
don't
good
you,
way.
especially for men, because I feel like this goes to men mostly. Don't you check or see, like, if I do this and if I'm caught, I'm gonna fumble up big time, like really really big time, and
Yeah.
how would you risk
Yeah, you do it, man.
one
You don't do that. You don't do that,
That's
Joey,
not
if you really
someone else.
care about the relationship. You only do that if you really care about the relationship, losing that person. If not, you don't give a shit.
But I feel like I feel like at some point unaangalia. That's why I said about like timing. You just can't cheat in a relationship like from the
The time gotta be
January,
right.
February, March. You've been cheating. There must be a reason to, like what Setu is saying. You were cheating, and I feel like for women, majority is they watakuangalia too. Like they'll be talking to you. You're not correcting your mistake. I tell you I don't like this, but you're still doing it. I question you, maybe probably I wanna ask. I just wanna know, like, are you coming home? You talk to me shit, you don't wanna let me know. I feel like I'm questioning you. Like the more you show me your attitude, the more you show me like how less you care. I'm getting a more reason to literally go cheat. That is for women. For men,
But you see, that's not always the point. Because you see, okay, so Moja already is saying, also note, be very cautious when a woman forgives you for cheating. Payback may be on the way.
Exactly,
Very bad.
Exactly. That's why
That means either way,
Women kill your ass. They sneakily poison you or do some fuck shit to you. Exactly right.
I know a lot of men want to believe that women can forgive them freely
Exactly.
after cheating. Now, it is just so impossible
Talk
for
about
someone
it.
who has not been cheating on you, alright, to accept this, that at the end of the day you are meeting with somebody else. Or you are
Exactly,
meeting
we're
with
here.
it is so hard to accept, despite that other women will maintain or pretend that they are ignoring this whole thing and they are they are forgiven their spouses after this.
I don't
thing.
believe either.
But that wound will never heal, more especially
See?
if
I don't believe it.
faithful, you've trusted this person and put your energy in this entire relationship. That wound can never heal from both sides. It is both from men. I know men will say when a woman is cheating, it's about her emotion. She has everything, into that cheating, and with men, it's satisfying your body and everything. When someone you love cheats on you, that wound can never heal. It has got nothing to do with sex, whether you're a man or a woman. It has everything to do with the emotions you have poured.
And the trust.
Who has
Betrayal.
And trust.
betrayal. Someone will say, I've forgiven. And by the way, from this cheating, that's why men will say, wait for the payback time. Because that woman, if at all she has been keeping herself for you, The next time you are not around for 3 days, even if you have gone for work, she's not going to believe that you are at work. And this is going to be the beginning of unfaithfulness. She's not going to trust you anymore. And that means anyone who is going to be, wooing this woman, she'll be ready to give in. There is nothing to hold her back because she knows, well, you've got somebody else.
That's true.
Can I ask you guys a question? Talking about cheating, and this is of course to African men, because there is this polygamy. Okay, let us think about it from this point. You're the goat queen, okay, goat mother, goat wife, and then he brings another wife, right? And some women say it's okay. It's okay. They actually say, oh, alishafanya hivi. I'd rather know that he's with another woman rather than me knowing he's with everybody. But are you okay with it deep down? And does it come to, I am okay even with another wife? Because you're going to be with us, he went behind my back. He cheated, of course. Because
no, he brought another wife.
He brought another wife, but he was actually having a relationship with her before, right? So is it cheating or it's not?
Well, this monogamy thing is a foreign concept. Any concept may come. It was never there.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I'm asking you, I don't know, I can't practice that, but I'm asking those people who have actually tried it, do they like really accept them and say, okay, this and this one-handed, or it's just like every time he'll do something, if something pops up, he's like, so let me be
I feel like women are just women. I'm just gonna be honest.
Would you be a second wife or accept being the first wife?
No.
I wouldn't accept either.
No.
And he's honest about it.
No.
As opposed to you always wondering, is he doing something behind my back?
This is what we say again from the beginning of a relationship. When you guys talk, you should know which kind of a person you're dealing with. And he himself, because if actually you're lying to me right now at the beginning of a relationship, still either I'm gonna see your true colors even years after. So if you literally meant to be a polygamous man, you're gonna end up being one. But we never spoke about it to tell me, hey, in our family or culture wise, or me as a person, I feel like I'm capable enough.
But men don't actually have this conversation. Most men.
Say I'm financially enough to take care of 2 women, and I'm good to go.
They gotta sneak it in there.
Never had.
They gotta sneak it in there later. You know what? I thought about having a second wife. Well, you better think about that on your own.
Exactly.
Talk about it, Keith. Talk about it.
So do these women really forget?
Most men try to sneak women into that kind of lifestyle now. They're not all fun, as Joe be saying. If you want that, tell me up front so I can now pull myself out the situation before I get attached to you. So don't tell me no 3 years. You know what? I think about it'd be good to have another wife, and you can have a friend like fuck all that shit.
There's no way this is just a random
decision
making, and you've had my whole life. Literally, I have my plans, my future planned ahead with you. I've visualized so much things and maybe business ideas I want to do with you. Like, it's just me about you and the kids. I've not visualized you having or trying to get ready, trying to prepare myself mentally that you're going to bring someone else in this life and we're going to become co-wives. You've not prepared me with that. And so you can't just make a decision out of nowhere and you come in to tell me, no. That is actually you destroying also my plans of life.
And it's actually like betrayal. And I feel like most men don't actually have this conversation. They force their first wives into it by telling you, hey, like now I'm thinking about this and this, and then the woman starts reconsidering. But at the end of the day, she didn't have this picture before. And then they have kids, and now kids are here, and then you just live with it. But is it cheating? It is. For me, that is cheating. Because we didn't have this conversation before. You actually cheated on me with another woman. So it is cheating. However, I'm gonna have it for life. However much that other woman is gonna be there, it's gonna be ringing every.
What about you, Maria? Will you be a second wife?
Just a minute.
Third wife?
Just a minute.
Third wife?
Before I ask, I've been listening to Joby. And
go ahead.
I'm gonna ask her this question. So, Joby, if your husband probably tells you, like, I wanna have 2 wives. You wish to choose a wife for him because you're like, if now you wake up and you're telling me now you're bringing a second wife, and that's probably disturbing your future plans and everything. But we've seen some polygamous families where a woman decides to choose a wife for the husband, and where a wife actually decides to say, all right, that maybe you're ready now to get a second wife or something. Joby, if you are in that position, would you agree to that kind of arrangement?
Well, I've understood your question very well, and this is why I said, I stated very well. There's culture, there's traditions. If this is actually past and custom of the traditions, then fine. And if I'm in that position, yes, I will, because it is tradition. And we, as being Africans, we know very well when it comes to traditions, we have to adhere some. Kuna zile zenye utangalia huko like no, you know, there are those who have been able to walk away from the traditions, but we know some of them, you know, you'll have to go with and abide to how they are. So if I were in that position, yes, because I've seen this also myself, like where I think also in the local community it's there, and I've seen it in some of my distant uncles where the first wife is the one to choose the second wife, and to just second. So if I'm in that position, Maria, I would not have a problem. But to second also what Shumani is saying and what I said, the reason why I'm saying you need to prepare me and you need to, you know, from the beginning, I need to know. This is why we have co-wives who are bitter, and we have co-wives who are gonna be actually, you know, fighting again, or even having now children, you know, being enemies of each other, which is a topic we've been actually extending. You know, where you see now children of this mom, the children of this other mom, they're not getting along, and they share a father, but they can't even get along. This because one, like you say, the first wife is bitter because she takes this as cheating. She doesn't consider you as a co-wife. She sees you as an intruder, and you just came to actually intrude in their family. So this is what I'm saying. I feel like women, and it's respect actually for both people. It's nothing to do with, because I feel like with the male dominance we have in our society and community is what makes them like, I am the man, I don't need to say anything to the woman, I'm the one to make the decision, you know, and it has to be followed. No, this is out of respect. Go tell this lady, inform her from the word go, I'm this type of a man, this is our culture, or this is my tradition, you know, and I'm gonna do this and this, so I hope you don't have a problem later when this happens. Because I feel like that's why my mom should stay, you know, after my dad tried to have someone else, because that was cheating. You know, you can't tell me, you know, you're trying to have a second wife, and what do you mean? You cheated when I was not here. Actually, you made her pregnant after making me pregnant. So what you talking about? Now
you're bringing her.
Yeah. So no,
it's betrayal.
Well, I guess I do agree with what Joby is saying, but me as a person, first of all, I can never be a second wife to anybody. No, seriously, I'm not going to come into people's marriages and stuff. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not saying if I'm the first wife of a man, then probably, well, because we have seen first women and other men adding other women on top of that. I wouldn't say that I'm very comfortable with leading a polygamous marriage. But of course, there are times when things come and when the situation is very inevitable. That's why. For a man who has no planned future, if you have not set a foundation for a future, and then you are bringing a second wife, then you are a stupid man. I don't think I will even be with you. Because if you are failing taking care of the first responsibilities, and then you are adding another, then probably I feel like this isn't someone you can stay with.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
But there is when you have when you know, if my man gets a second wife, my children's future is secure. All right. Then I believe I will have that comfortability that I know my children are going to be safe. I know I'm safe where I am. All right, and probably maybe you decide, because I cannot wake up and decide, like Joby said, unless it's culture, I cannot wake up and decide that marry so and so or for whatever reason. But if you decide to do that, you should have laid a strong foundation for me and my children. And the second thing, I don't know, this one is gonna sound crazy. But if the woman is not ready to be officially recognized by the man's family, then I will never recognize that woman. All right? Because from the experience and the things I've seen, we've seen a lot of women who are out there and they still want to remain in the dark. As you are struggling with your man and your children, apparently she's feeding on your sweat and your sleepless nights and everything, and she's not contributing to any development of this family. And at the end, when the man is gone, the children come and they want apparently, and this woman wants a share from it, and probably they'll be asking, I have his kids, I want. All right, if you knew my man had me and you decided to agree that you're coming into this marriage to be a second wife, or you have decided to date this woman, this man, and have kids for him, then you have to work for your child. And usually me, I believe it would be then safer if I told you don't want to join the family, for the child to come. If I told we have like a family business, for your child to come and start working so that they know how this business is run. So not to stay wherever they are, and at the end of the day they want to achieve what they have not worked for.
I agree with you,
So
Maria.
I feel that if men, sorry?
Yeah, go on. Just a few.
I feel that if men want to be polygamous, at the end of the day, you know, for us in Uganda, we have a say that says women are visitors, all right? And anytime a woman can go, but a child will always stay.
Yeah.
Because this child belongs here in the first place, all right? So if I told I'm the main woman, that's why I said I cannot be the second, because at times when you are the second or third, you have little say
Can you
and
be the
little
first?
plans about.
She said,
Yeah, but if I'm the first, I can at least set some rules.
Okay.
All right, and you know, if at all we have a business, let your children come and join this business. So you're not going to be asking for school fees wherever you work. I want school fees, I want medical, your boys, your children are growing, your daughters are growing, and they don't know where the school fees is coming from. If at all we decide to say, okay, you have 3 children outside the marriage, maybe you're married women official or not, I don't know. These children should work together. If at all you are getting school fees for them, they should see where the school fees is coming from.
True.
If at all, because at the end of the day, they are brothers and sisters after all. All right?
I agree.
But if my partner is not going to agree to this, then I don't want a polygamous marriage. I don't really want it. It is not gonna work like that. That means we are living with enemies. I'm living with the children. I'm having children outside who end up killing mine.
Demon baby.
I'm having women who may end up killing me.
Come on.
So if it's not gonna work like that, I don't want it.
Okay, so let me just add what she said.
Yeah.
The first point she gave. If you as a man, you know you're not capable of taking care of 2 women, you
Don't
shouldn't
do
ask
it.
there to do it.
Don't do
And
it.
this is why we actually have poverty on an increase. If you look at Kibera, look at Magari, trust me, in these slums we have men who have 2 wives.
Yeah.
2 wives, at least, I'll give it at least 2 wives. And if not
Now
2
with
wives,
Zani.
literally has a wife and other children from another woman, you know, and he can barely even sustain the first family or take care of them. He's already a shapanga ya pili. This personally, there's a time I discussed this on a lighter note, but this is why we have an increase of poverty, because it is so many kids born, you know, in a house or in a family of where there's literally no financial flow. There's literally nothing moving in terms of even land. You don't even have any, you know, assets and all that. So that is number 1. Then secondly is to second there's something I wanted to say from what she's also added. Not the bulls. Pili ametoka kusema imenitoka, but yeah, that's the first one from just what she said.
So, why you?
Poverty is on the increase.
I don't know, we're not supposed to talk about this, but again, this is what Muslim push. You know, we shout out to, there was this girl we used to have here on our live in the morning. I don't know where she went.
Yeah.
She was from the UK, but she was Kenyan Muslim. And she would be like really comfortable because they would have conversations of polygamous marriages. And she said, like, she wonders, sometimes she's now like aged. I think maybe she's in her 30s or 40s. So she said she sits with Muslim women, right? And they actually say, I can't be in a marriage like this. I can't accept that. But again, these people have actually been nurtured like that. If you're a Muslim from the time you're a kid, you definitely know your husband is not going to have one or two. He might even have up to four. But the rule is you have to check it's equal. Like if you buy a bag, you buy for everybody. Yeah, if you pay fee for this one, if this one is in international school,
same thing.
This one is in international school, there is no biasness. And I feel like that is the only reason. And even Kitambo, that was the reason, even from my tribe. If you can't take care of a woman, you're not allowed to actually be polygamous. But nowadays people have actually taken it like, oh, I just can't cheat. And then they don't even have conversations with their wives. Or with their, because
you do the house, I'm on the wrong side of questioning and I'm gonna be beaten. So to add what Maria
that's unfair treatment, exactly, of having children by different spouses. That becomes a problem because it's unfair.
So I've seen such kind of people actually, women who just come to, there's already created wealth. They just wanna sit. They don't wanna contribute to a thing. They don't wanna do anything. Just sit, give birth, and you're the princess. And this way again, the first wives are gonna have a problem because you're just there to give. You wanna have a baby girl treatment, but you're not even trying to, teach yourself a couple of things of what really happens around here. How can I help? What can I do? So
do you think the society is also rotten in raising because there are these women who are very, very okay dating married men, and they don't even want to get married to them. They want to have another. This married man has already wealth and money, so let me get a kid with him, and I'm gonna be safe. Without even wanting to get married, they don't even want anything to do with this man. They just want kids with them, and they know very well this man has a wife.
Let me ask a question too with this as well. Tanzania, I told you guys, has now flipped the script. And Tanzania now flipped the script. They're saying you women. It's like the Arab women have now got to bring dowry to the men's family. How do you feel about that? How do you guys feel about that?
We have to bring dowry to the men.
Look it up. Tanzania just changed it. They said they flipped the script.
Joby's face.
I know.
Joby's face. Oh my God.
I mean,
they said, Samira, whatever that lady's name, the person said, too many of you women have been getting away with getting money and getting shit and then divorcing your man after you got your dowry, like in a year you're gone and all that stuff. He stayed on his money, and that's become the norm in Africa. So now she's turned it around and said now you women have to give dowries to the man's family.
Then what is
how do you feel?
What is the essence? Because when you ask dowry was a man's pride. In Africa,
well, now it's a woman's pride.
No, I want to actually explain the essence of it because first and
listen. First of all, I like that plan. Tanzania is on the right track. Listen. It's not a man's pride. It was a man's value. And since when we ask women, what do you bring to the table? Before, women brought something to the table. They brought fidelity. They brought
purity,
family values. Women, exactly. Women actually brought something to the table previously. That's why men will show their capability to take care of this woman by paying dowry. That was proof of I can take care of you. Now, it can already be seen that I can take care of you because I have been. We go ahead, I pay dowry, we get married, okay? And then in a year, you're gone after I've used all that money. Nah, that's
it. And that's what Cameron's is saying. What Cameron's is saying and what they've been doing, so now they flipped it. We're doing Cameron, sorry.
Yeah, so right now, why Tanzania is on the right track is, number one, if you actually paid my family money, it's an incentive for you to break up this marriage. What they're trying to do is protect the sanctity of marriage, where there is now consequences to you leaving your husband a year into marriage, 2 years into marriage, 3 years into marriage. You get? Because now we can all work, we can all have money, we can all do what? So what is the value that you're bringing to me?
I support
If you're
you.
going to take my money, if you're going to take my money and leave, pay me the dowry,
Okay.
okay? And I'll keep the marriage together.
Okay. I support Kamlesh. I support Kamlesh. Personally, I do feel like, and I've said this, I feel like there should be consequences of dowry, because I've seen so many men who have to actually even break relationships because they have been asked too much by their family, which they can't pay, so they have to actually let go of a relationship unless the girl also decides otherwise, because we have women, like you said, who have been raised with that type of it's all about the money. You're not there for this man because of loving him. It's all about us investing as a family, so you have to bring it back to where you came from. But at the same time, it's crazy. I do support exactly what Kamlesh is saying, and what Tanzania is actually doing, but not being raised upright as an African lady and woman. I don't wanna do the masculine shit. This is not meant for me as a woman. It's meant for the man. But I do feel like it's a high time actually. Instead of what they're trying to introduce, where women should now start facing consequences of, and where we need to stop normalizing divorce. I've said this as well, because that is normalization of divorce, There's no, I'm spending millions, $500,000 to just go please your family, and then at the end of the day you feel like you can walk out, and it's not acceptable. And this is where again you need to sign a prenup. It's called a prenup. If I'm giving a dowry, we need to sign a prenup. You're not taking anything from me unless we build it together, and I'm counting from where we started building together.
I guess I'll be getting my next husband hands in there.
You should. Do you know in Luo, in my tribe, they take the dowries back? You should. They can come and say, it didn't work, bring my dowry back. But when their kids, also it happens like this. If their kids are involved, kids also, I've seen this and it's funny, I didn't understand it. So if I have a kid with you, right, and you've actually not married me officially by paying my dowry, the kid is mine. Like he's never considered your kid. You can never say anywhere that was your kid. So even if we don't get married, the kid is mine.
Somebody. If I ain't pay your goofy dog, you tell me you get to keep my son?
That is my tradition, like literally. So what they do is just so crazy. So what they do is, if you want to actually claim your kid, you pay the dowry. So if the kids are involved, and then it's funny also if they die. If somebody dies, and you didn't pay, you come and pay for it.
How do you feel, Maria, about paying the dowry now?
It's so crazy, but at the end of the day, I want to ask you guys, and I want to actually talk on Kamlesh's thoughts, right? Kamlesh says you're actually normalizing this, and you should actually not, promote this. Tanzania is on the right track. But again, when we actually pay the dowry, and I was actually saying, dowry payment was a man's value, right? So what is the value if there's no dowry payment from a man? And again, no, traditionally, no man, I know from a traditional perspective or a cultural perspective.
You're not trying to pay your family no damn money.
So if we can, because if we actually say facing the consequences, that is why I get to disagree, because I agree partly.
Well,
okay, it's
they're saying that women, listen, you can't get, these are statistics. Women are leaving the marriages, Shimani.
Yeah.
They're leaving, like Cameron said. You're paying you, and you're leaving, you're walking out.
Let us also look at it from a perspective where you paid my dowry, yes, but I'm not happy, or you beat me each and every day, or they say something, and then you walk out. So
is everybody getting beat? Is everybody getting beat? Just leaving, come on
I
now.
didn't say everyone, kids. I said that people, because you're actually saying it, we need to stick to marriages, and my problem is, sometimes you stick to marriages and you come to suffer, know. So it's like we should actually find. I don't agree with paying the dowry like that. I do agree.
I know you don't.
If there is gonna be consequences, let it not be the consequences of that. Let us find a solution. If the marriage breaks up, either the dowry is taken back or there is something else. But if we actually stick to that marriage because of that, people are gonna stick and people are not gonna be happy. We are gonna raise families that are chaotic.
Well, we saw our parents never divorce or never separate.
But were they happy really
No, they
though?
were not.
Exactly.
But you see, I think we undermine the value of the vows when you're getting married.
Yeah.
Till death do us part.
Death, bruh.
Divorce
What's
has not.
that?
Divorce is nowhere in the vows. And people will
Those who
comfortably
made
say,
these vows.
no, I'm just saying what's already there.
Till death.
Women will, and men, both genders will stand comfortably on the altar. On their third marriages, talking about till death do us. Like, bruh,
No,
stop
that's
playing. Stop playing, bruh.
You're right.
You're on your sixth marriage.
We need to stop normalizing
Normalizing
divorce.
divorce.
It's not okay. This is why we have black communities now. We can't even unite as a community.
May I think,
we can't even talk as neighbors.
relationships need contracts. Time contracts, that's all I'm saying.
Really?
Yeah. We do
Exactly.
either 1 year or 5 years. You want to continue with this?
No.
We do it again.
Yeah,
No,
that's
I
fucked
disagree,
up.
I
Then that's
disagree with you,
raising, of
Richard.
course.
No, I'm
because
just
you're already-
saying.
Nah.
Nah.
That's just being honest.
I disagree with you though. You know. If
You know
we-
why?
Mm.
The person that you get married to, if I'm your husband, I'm not gonna be the same man 10 years to come.
It's
They
okay.
change. Exactly.
And you
Yeah,
change as
see,
well.
either you grow together, you grow apart.
Exactly.
And HR is correct.
And
But
what
sometimes
was the meaning of
you might grow
marriage?
apart.
What was the meaning of marriage? You know, if you take us back, leave alone our parents now. Let's talk about our grandparents or great grandparents. It was all about companionship and growing up
And
together.
compromise, and compromise.
Exactly. I have to adapt literally to you changing, and you have to adapt
But we're
to
in
me.
different times right now, Joby. It's not serial time.
Then we've
Well,
lost the
if
value
we-
of marriage.
Yeah, if
Exactly,
you
we
can't
have.
make it happen, then let's
And
not
that's
get
what I'm
married.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
We've lost the value of marriage.
Instead of till death do us part, me, I'm supporting time contracts.
Then time contracts, I'm not
I'm
happy with
busy.
you 5 years and
I'm
you
not
have
doing no
kids.
contract
We're raising
with you.
kids separately.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
No,
I'm
if
not doing no contract.
okay. No, I'm just saying. That's for me.
I
That's for me.
personally think that we should get the value of marriage. Why were people getting
HR
married? Let's
has
go
been a
find
little
that.
too direct and honest, as real life would probably work if we did time. It sounds foul, but funny thing, it probably is more sustainable if you did it like that. But it does sound, it sounds fucked up, Shimani, but
It
is it
actually
really?
works.
Is it really?
We are gonna be raising kids separately, kids. We are actually normalizing divorce.
Oh, you're right. You're right with the children.
No, with the
children.
kids.
I know the
Normalizing
children's
divorce
rough.
that
You're
you
right,
actually are
Shimani.
gay. So where
Children's
is
the
that?
rough part.
Shani, you're the same person
Yeah.
who last week stood here and said,
And I've actually said it
who
even on
said,
this show.
you should not stop living your life.
Don't stop. I'm not saying you should stop, but at HR, if you are the same people
So
saying,
stay there for the
let
kids.
us not normalize divorce, right? And then the same
I
time
did
you're saying, let us
I
separate
did
after
say for
5
the
years.
kids. The
No, I
kids
did not
want that.
say. I did not say separate after 5 years.
It's a contract.
No.
Even 2 years, 10
He
years.
said
it's
reevaluate
It's
it.
renewable. We sit down,
Man.
we go for a nice dinner, and we're like, how is this? What
Nah, maybe we fought yesterday. And I'm gonna make a decision on
No,
that.
so you put
see.
rules and guidelines to it before you
Man,
start.
then we're actually gonna be in a relationship where there are rules. I believe marriages are not supposed to have.
Oh
like,
no, marriages
You know.
need rules, bruh. No, it's nah. We need rules.
like
bruh.
rules that actually will be limiting you. I'm like, for example, I'm not talking about there is normal rules of marriages, but if we have like a time limit, you get there's just something off about it because
If there's no rules, you might even tell me I get to stay out all night, don't come home,
no,
leave
I'm
you
not
with the
talking about
kids.
that. I'm talking about the time limit of actually
Okay.
separation. That is where I have a problem with because
But
the
you
same-
see, you know what the problem is?
Yeah.
You think the 5-year contract
Yeah.
is a death sentence. It's renewable.
we just need to find the value.
And
of
the
marriage.
beautiful thing is after 5 years, you guys both being like, yes, let's continue.
Because at the
But
end
you're
of the
looking at it negatively like,
I'm
man,
gonna be
after
starting
5
to
years,
mimi nikiweka time limit. I'm always like if I'm given a time limit,
Yeah.
I wanna approve something. I don't know if you guys are like that. I just feel like okay, there's this time limit, I need to behave like this towards this time limit, you know?
Yeah,
you not
yeah.
yourself because of the time limit.
Exactly.
You know, I feel like
Well, it's not for everyone,
Yeah,
though.
you see,
It's
so
not
at the
for
end of the
everyone.
day,
Yeah.
Me or
We just
mine
need to
until I've
find
had
value.
enough, man.
That's the thing. And when you've had enough, you come together and you're like, yo.
But I don't want no contract. It's just that I've had
Man,
enough.
I've had enough. What
I've had
contract?
enough. That's it. You know.
What if our contract was 2 years and I've not had enough for you if you are for 2 years.
Then you will say tuendelee.
Naye hataki.
So
You see, that's the problem.
okay.
Listen, the 5-year contract is a good idea. That is the best idea.
You could
That
say
is the only way we
definitely.
save marriage, man.
We
Like,
expected that
let's
from
get
you.
a contract together 2.5 years.
We highly expected
Expected
that
that.
from you. You know.
Alright, so listen, allow me to kindly read the comment section.
Okay.
On
Alright,
YouTube,
go ahead.
on YouTube we have man like Danny
And then,
Harrison.
and then let's ask Maria and Spencer, do they agree about the contract or not? Go ahead.
So Danny Harris is saying, as far as a man goes, you shouldn't think about bringing another wife into this world. That was about polygamy. And he's saying, for God's sake, just be adults and be honest with one another. If sex is all you want, just state that and let it be what it is. Tell her like Heavy D, I ain't got nothing but love for you, baby. And over on TikTok,
Kind of business.
yeah, over on TikTok, Umoja Radio is very active. Shout out to
Shout
you.
out to him.
Yeah, man, that's my cousin. Actually.
Oh, yeah, he's always here.
Yeah. Shout out to him, man. And he's saying we cheat because of not getting sexually satisfied. Back then, sex was meant for procreation.
Same as women.
Yeah, and he's saying women nowadays bring kids to a new marriage. Someone else's kid, and I'm raising that kid. Bruh.
I think we've had that
Saying
conversation.
purity ended in the 20th century. Dowry is overrated. Why am I paying so much?
It is overrated. It is overrated. Fuck that dowry shit.
Come on. Why am I paying too much to have your hand? Dowry was
Exactly.
meant for appreciating the parents, for raising a good daughter, not to extort the man.
Exactly.
You know? So yeah, man, shout out to the
I
comment
agree, but
section.
apparently today we have. I remember there's there's one I saw. I think it was on TikTok. Kitambo kidogo. A lady took the man to the village. Then they demanded, I think, something near close to $1 million.
Yeah.
Then the guy was left speechless, literally, and wondering what she did do. Then it's ratio.
I made sure domain.
It's like it's literally the day, and the girl is asked like, "Can you talk?" She's just there now, not talking, not trying to defend the man. And this is how you try to like. What I saw is that is how she's been natured, you know. It is what it is. It's all about taking, you know.
Hey, see, master.
He has it, let's take it.
What happened?
We have it, let's take it. Because
listen.
I had my dad trying to nature me like that too. So, you know, you need to get a man who can bring
Because that's why you got that damn black tax in Africa. It's your job to raise your children. It ain't my job to give you appreciation for doing your damn job. That's your job to raise good, healthy children. And that's just, when my daughters get married, I'll expect no man to come give me money I said, all I expect him is to be a good man and be a good provider. He don't owe me shit for raising my daughter the way I'm supposed to raise her. That's my job as a parent. Go ahead.
Yeah, man.
I was actually telling them it's actually black tax because when you go to negotiations, they're like, okay, so
It's black tax. All that shit is in your black tax shit.
Tell him so,
I
man.
understand. She's gone to university. She's a doctor. She can cook. She can
Oh,
pay.
shit.
That's like, you remember how they used to line up the slaves?
Yeah,
Then
and
you
it's
go,
like
Yeah.
you go for a
Yeah.
oh.
they-
Oh yeah, there's the
They should have
sex skills.
sex skills.
No,
For
there
real.
is
There is
in
sex
the
skills.
coastal region.
yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the wife wears mashuka and then performs.
Hey.
Yeah,
And they're taught also.
anakuonyesha venye atakufanyia. You feel
Okay,
me?
okay,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you see, most of them are not taught. You know, it's just some vienyo when you're kutuko.
Come on.
Yeah.
But culture-wise, they're people who are taught.
Yeah, but in the coastal region, wanafundishwa.
Even Ugandans.
Yeah. Speaking of Ugandans, where is Maria and Setu
Maria and Satan.
on the conversation about contracts for partnerships? What do you think? You and your partner decide we're doing 5 years, and then we come back and decide do we want to continue or not?
We can only sign those contracts if there are no babies involved.
If they are not,
Babies involved.
If there are no babies involved in this contract.
okay.
Because now, how are we going to sign the 5-year contract and then, all right, so if we divorce, then who's taking the baby? And why, you can sign that contract if there are no children involved in this contract game of yours.
Contract game.
And I don't know why people should be having contracts anyway.
Yeah.
It's not for
I don't know why people should be having contracts. Like, I feel like it's a waste of time. Like, why are we wasting each other's time?
because
Yeah.
people lie.
It is literally a
Because
waste of
people
time.
lie to each other daily in marriages.
I mean,
So we are normalizing lying.
No, so instead of lying, we decide, after 2 years, is this working out for you? It's not.
do you
well and
want to be in
good.
that position, Richard?
Yeah,
Do you
yeah,
really
yeah.
want to
You
be in
say
that
like
position?
I actually want that. Yes.
Like, you really, now it's that time. Let's say, not just sometimes.
Unajua shida yenu, you guys
Let
think
me tell you.
after that
I
time
don't know if
it's
you-
over.
I don't know
No,
if
you
it's
have
me.
kids with this woman.
No, you guys think it's a death sentence.
Wala, sisi tunazaika wa jamaa jamani, sisi tunazaika. You cannot be using me for 5 years. Unawacha unaniachia nani?
I mean, that
Period.
nani? Wataka kwacha wachia nani?
Hajasema
I
taachana.
don't know if it's
Tunazaika hivyo tunakula everything.
I don't know if it's
Sasa
me.
nataka niende.
I don't know if it's
What's
me,
going
but I
on
feel
now?
like relationship is
Joby,
always
we
ups
have
and down, right?
marriages that divorce after 1 year of marriage.
Yeah.
So
1
it's
year.
not
Those are not meant to
And
be.
that is
Wait,
wrong.
Those
yeah,
rushed,
1
those
year is
rushed.
too long, okay?
Those
Even weeks, months after marriage.
Those ones rushed. You know, those are the ones who, love at first sight.
Exactly.
I like you. Let's now move in together and all that bullshit. You know, you didn't take time to study each
Joby,
other.
look at the high rates of divorce right now.
Wait,
And it's because we lie to each other every single
do the
day.
research about how they started their relationship before they moved
It's
in
okay,
together.
but haiwezi kuwa ni wote.
See water, yes.
There is no base. There is no foundation in this marriage.
I know tumekuwa nawe for 5 years, tuame move in. At the 6th year, we're now
We are
moving in,
divorced.
we're divorcing. What do you mean?
What
What
do
have
you
you been
mean?
doing for the last 5 years?
You could divorce after 1 year.
Bro.
You guys are not seeing the beauty that comes with.
What is the beauty? The beauty is sex. Like
No,
after-
no. The beauty that comes
Yeah,
with.
well, I know for the men, I think it is.
No.
Exactly, Maria.
The
Yeah.
beauty. Goja Maria, after 5 years, the beauty that is.
wait,
Yes.
Maria knows Swahili.
I'm also shocked. I'm also shocked.
Kwanza ya Mombasa.
Kwanza
I was
ana-
about to ask, who's that talking Swahili?
Yo Kamlesh, kwanza unaizungumza kaa wale wa Mombasa.
Anasema twakuja,
I
twakam.
was about to ask, kwani kuna mtoto?
Twakam. Anasema twakam.
Yo, but listen, I'm saying the beauty comes. The beauty comes from the.
Now we know Maria speaks Swahili, I bet y'all knew that.
Nah.
No, we did.
No, I didn't know. I'm
We
surprised.
did.
Most Ugandans can't speak Swahili.
They can, it's just.
Do they?
They can, yeah.
It's- Yeah,
What?
but as I was saying, the beauty is after that term is we both come together like, yes, this has been working out, let's do it. But can we change? Like I don't like when you do this, you don't like when and then we continue. It's not
No.
a
This is a
death sentence.
relationship full
This
of
is
rules.
continue.
Full of
Exactly.
rules.
That is
And
what
Put
why are you
it
telling me
into a
that-
contract.
What?
It's not for everyone.
Man, if a man thinks that
Me just
contract
correct
bullshit,
me.
it's
No,
not
it's
bad.
not for everyone. It's not for everyone.
Wait,
Just
wait.
can't tell me
So let me
politely.
ask a question.
That's the difference between you going and getting a whore and you're gonna have this whore for some time.
You guys are very one directional
Listen.
about it, and that's the problem.
We are
Let me ask
submissive.
this, okay?
We like
Let me
our
ask
parents.
this. If
We want to be
isn't my contract, right? It's already a
Say what?
Adam.
Say
why don't
that
we
again.
put certain stipulations into the I'm saying marriage is already a contract, right?
It is.
No.
It is.
All we're doing
It's a contract.
all we're doing it is a contract.
Right.
It's a contract. That's why
You go
has
to
certain
the
stipulations
yeah.
through not even that. There are stipulations and
And
clauses
rules.
even
Do you
into your
promise
vows
to
for
love
better,
and to
for
cherish
worse,
her
for
forever?
richer, for poor.
Exactly. Tunaongeza two terms.
Ayani muna
All
you
we
are
do is add these terms and conditions.
married.
Say what, Maria?
So you're looking at this Mzungu kind of marriage for better, for worse kind of thing. Of course, when we started focusing on a Mzungu marriage, is where everything started going wrong.
That's true.
Okay.
It's where everything started
So-
going
I kind of
wrong.
agree with that because we
Yeah.
started
Do we-
fantasizing.
Yeah, monogamy is a
So
foreign
many
concept.
fantasizing, we want it perfect. It's not perfect.
It's not.
It's rocks and hills. It's smooth and
No, you
sometimes
see-
rough.
HR, the fact that these women are defending monogamy shows you how far they are down the rabbit hole of being colonized.
Exactly.
As Africans, we should never defend monogamy.
Monogamy now, Kamlesh.
Okay. Why would you want your man to be monogamous in the first place? Why wouldn't you want to have a contract that states certain things? If you do this, I'll get another wife. Okay? If I attain this point of monogamy,
Why is she
That means I also have to have the other side of my contract, if that's what you mean.
the other side of the contract is, if I attain this, nakuzalisha.
Now you see.
How much we like you quiet today? Just stick there.
We'll mute your mic. We'll mute your mic.
We'll mute your mic. No, I disagree, Carl. I disagree.
It's okay.
Yes, marriage has a contract. It has rules,
a
you know.
contract, yeah.
But there's no you're gonna come and
It's
tell
a
me. Like
contract.
you said,
If you divorce,
it's a
you're going
contract.
against the construct and the contract.
But the
that is
contract
marriage.
allows you to divorce.
No, it does not. The contract is till death do us part. Where unaekea microphone kwa mdomo, yes, I do. You may now kiss
I
the bride.
do.
It's for life.
That is just for that is
No. You sign. You actually
yeah, you do
sign.
sign.
I do
You
agree.
sign documents.
So the fact that you divorce someone means you went against the contract. Do you agree?
But you
No,
guys,
do you agree?
And
the
now you're
vows,
breaking the
vows
contract.
are taken where? In churches, right?
Marriage
And
is,
you also sign
it.
there's a breach in the contract.
At the AG.
When there's a breach in the contract, that's when you divorce.
Yeah, the AG you also do that.
Till death
and
do
then,
us part.
and then-
Till
yeah.
Vows, I don't care about
Yes,
that.
and you sign, and you are given a marriage certificate.
Certificate.
So marriage in itself is already a contract.
But this
All we are adding on is time slots to it.
So when there's a time limit, then there's no need to have it.
No,
Because once you already say till death do us part, then why are you having a time limit?
exactly. So we have a time on.
Me, I agree with Maria. We're now so I think our people have normalized now the westernization type of marriage. You know, we want it all. You know, Maria de Paraza, Maria de Samparaza. All
El
those-
Paraíso.
Yeah, we want it also proper,
Also-
literally.
Oh yeah, like it's unrealistic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we don't understand.
But don't you feel you're also being unrealistic by walking into marriage thinking you're gonna be the same, always together for life, and then
No.
you don't?
And this is why we say you need to be mentally prepared because you know there are
But
stages you're gonna
but you
change.
can't know for sure. Because who you are today, Joby,
But
is
you're in a
not who you
relation-
were. I know, but who you are today is not who you were 10 years ago.
But HR, this
And
is what I'm
marriage is
saying.
a for life.
But
thing.
I'm saying time limit also. When you're dating somebody, you're not gonna marry this person today, right? You're gonna get time to know this person, right? You might even take 5, some people even take 10 years, even 7 years, knowing the person. So you already know what you're getting into. I don't believe you get into a marriage today and then tomorrow you wanna
happens.
divorce this
It
person.
happens.
And you've been
The
dating this
highest rates
person
of
for
divorce,
5 years.
the highest rates of divorce are people who dated longer and then got married and after 1 year.
And that is the
100%.
problem because I do believe Miss Yonangi difference apart from the signing part. You know, I believe even relationship, when you commit to somebody, it's already like a marriage. You just haven't
Exactly.
signed the papers yet.
Yeah.
So if I am going to actually divorce you after a week, then there was no need of actually having the whole long ass relationship.
Exactly.
So when you get into a marriage with somebody, you already know what you're getting into, a child. So you can't tell
No,
me.
the intention is there. Then why does divorce happen?
You've actually faced ups and downs with this person.
Why-
Well,
why
you
does
know
it
why
matter?
does divorce happen? Number one
So
is
where's him,
for
Jinga? You knew
women,
what
for
you were
women,
doing.
for
Yeah.
women, majority I think we discuss things. Financial status is always number one big problem. We've seen why women can change. The person you married, by the way, maybe you had money as a man. You know, she knew you all.
Right.
You know, you good.
yeah,
but
yeah,
then it
yeah.
gets to a point like where you lose your job. You know, she has to be. We discussed this a few weeks
Yeah.
ago. You lose your job, she has to be the one standing up for you for the next few months, and she starts now complaining. You've been doing it for years. That is one of the problems. Where
Infidelity.
women will snap on you,
Preach,
change your
Joby,
attitude.
preach.
You know, change the attitude on you as a
So all
man.
we are saying is that time slot, ikifika unamwambia me I'm not happy.
And drugs.
Eish, man.
Drugs is
What?
also a reason.
What do you mean
What?
drugs?
I mean, you can't be. I've seen marriages where
Enhancement
people.
drugs.
No, I've seen where people pretend
Wait,
that they're
wait.
not themselves, and then they get
What do
into
you mean
marriages.
drugs?
Okay, I've seen men who
Yes,
pretend they don't drink.
they
but
don't
they're
drink.
Okay,
drunkards.
so-
And then
and that-
once they get married to you, Now they even smoke cigarettes in front of kids.
Yeah.
They do. I'm not
I've
entertaining
seen
that
You are the
bullshit.
So
You
Ronnie-
caused all
Ronnie-
that.
There is nothing like you cause. You actually doing it on the law. You are waiting to trap me into marriage.
Ronnie Mboya says
bye-bye.
you can never really know someone. Dating is like interviews and people fake interviews.
You can't be faking for 5 years and then I marry you 2 months.
Then this is where you're saying people are not
Look
really
at
real
women
to
saying
each
they
other,
can't
but
fake for
sorry.
5 years.
Joby.
After
Richard
saying that they
saying we
fake
fake
orgasms
it,
for
but
years.
Exactly. So
Are you ready for partner?
badala tudanganyane ati ni anaku ujaiambia chali yako one of your many exes, oh I'm with you for life, ushai.
Because that's not you didn't lie.
Ushai.
You didn't lie.
Yeah, you didn't lie.
You didn't lie.
You did not lie.
In
So
fact,
after
you were
time
with them.
you changed.
Okay.
So all I'm saying is, after a time, instead of growing apart,
No, when that
you come
time-
together.
I do
You're
it-
like,
no.
oh, is it working out?
When
No,
that time
no,
comes,
sir.
when that time comes, let's have the conversation, but don't give me a time limit. That's the problem.
5 years
When
was
that-
just an
When that
example.
time comes, let's talk about I'm not happy, we can get a divorce.
And it's
But
crazy
don't give me
when
like
you
after 2
say
years.
it's crazy
Yeah.
when you say I lied to them, I'm gonna be with them.
No, I did not say you lied to them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my point is you outgrew them.
Exactly.
So you did not lie
Listen,
when you were
Richard.
saying, yeah.
Listen. So one of the things that is a constant challenge in marriages when it comes to both sexes is this, yeah? Men are constantly changing and becoming better, or even worse, but they're constantly changing. And the opposite is true for women. Women want you to remain the same person that they fell in love with when you got married. And for men, they get bored that their wife remains the same, yet they keep seeing better, yet they keep experiencing something better out there or seeing or whatever. They feel like their spouses don't change. And that's why you find that in marriages, you find women saying, he's changed, he's become a different person. And you have men complaining, ananibo, ata ananga vitu, ananga story new, she's not, and it's a paradox of where the growing together part comes in. Like you have to be willing to grow together, because as time elapses, we change as people. We do not like the same things we liked a few years back, and that is true.
Yeah.
And that is why the only marriages that work are marriages where the couple are actually friends, not just lovers, but they're actually friends.
love
They
actually
talk about
fades.
stuff,
Yeah.
they grow together, and they go through the highs and lows together without judging each other. But the minute where you're just lovers, that whole relationship is bound to fail. That's why you should be friends with your spouse to a certain degree. Not that they're your best friend, because that's messed up. But you should have a friendly relationship with your spouse where you feel like you can tell them anything, where you feel you can confess,
Yep.
you can
Without
a
judgment.
place where you can feel emotionally, physically, and psychologically accepted, where you don't feel judged. It's a conducive environment, and that is the only way marriage works. When the two of you become friends, not just bumping peepees.
I agree with him, but I feel adding on what he's saying, I feel like this is where now, if you guys' relationship, let's say you've dated for, I'll give it 4 years, the 5th year you've decided to move in, and maybe in the first year of now you guys officially moving in, you're having difficulties, but for the last 4 years
It's been good.
it's been good and smooth. I feel like, because like what he's saying, men, they do change, women will remain the same. I really feel like this is where now both partners need to like excite their relationship. And what I mean excite is like, don't stop going out, the way you used to. Of course there is
Don't
work,
stop dating each
there is
other.
there is
Dating.
work, there is of course you guys having 1, 2, 3 things going on with your life, but
Right.
don't forget what brought you together, because we've discussed this before, you remember. We tend to forget what really brought us together. We tend to
get
forget
stuck
the
into
little things that
routines.
used to make us happy, the little things we used to do, and they used to excite us. I feel like that is where majority of the both partners lose it. Like,
We forget ourselves.
as much as the man is changing,
that's
because
true,
he's
Joby.
gonna meet a
That's
woman who's willing to now, still be the hype woman that, the same way the woman she met a man who was maybe also
you know, you start coming on the old t-shirt with holes and
You're
shit in it.
boring.
I
You're
mean,
just a
maintain each other. That is what basically should happen. Don't expect me as a man, to maintain you as a woman. Don't expect me as a woman to maintain you as a maintain each other, because it's all about companionship again and growth.
Do exciting stuff. Just don't be like boring. I believe also women get so comfortable once they're wifed. I don't know. Once you're wifed, you just get. Once the ring is there, before the ring.
That's true, Shamari. You done took all the sexiness out of the relationship.
And even in a relationship, once you're comfortable with your partner, have you ever noticed, before you want to look good, even during dating, you want him to see you changing, you dress like this, and then once you already have him, you're just like, you wake up the way you want.
Goodness.
I mean, it's just because men are physical, they'll see. So if you're just that boring person, you want to see somebody outside who actually is doing something else. So if you're a boring partner, also stop being, don't forget, go out, Netflix, movies, things that actually excited you. Even if you're raising kids.
That needs a lot of effort.
You guys just want to
sides.
raise kids.
Yeah.
Kids are there, but kids don't stop.
Don't forget your life.
I've also
in general.
seen people taking their kids to their grandmoms even for weeks, and then they have their own personal time. It actually happens. But if you're just like, we have no kids, let's focus on family. Kids are gonna be there for life. By the time you're 50, you and your husband are remaining the two of you. You don't even know each other. You can't even sit together.
Yes.
Like you just.
I've had friends. I've had friends who used to who had that, and it's friends I never literally saw them divorcing. I think you have the dots.
Yeah.
I literally, like this is so couple goals. This is gonna be for life, and I'm so excited for them. And until I saw them divorce, and I tried, after following up the stories of what really happened and looking at how these people were, they dated for 5 years. They were married, I think, for 4 years or 5. I'm not sure. I think 5 or 4. I'm not certain. And they used to go out together. Still the same norm things they used to do, like when they were dating. They maintained the same thing, which was really exciting to see now them. When they were married, they have a kid, but it's still very, very
vibrant,
exciting.
yeah.
But go to now a worse situation now when you start now having the open relationship, because it became now an open relationship.
Was it intentional?
Yeah, for them
They
it was
opened it
intentional, so it became to extent where they lacked boundaries as couples, started now being super open, forgetting that, hey, we already have a kid, this is a marriage.
When you say open, like open to other people as well?
Yeah.
Open, like fully
this one
open.
can F this one, this one can F this one, they know about
And
it.
then it became too much.
They became too much to the point now where they both lost it. Like this one can't stand this one can't stand this one.
Yeah.
Until it gets to maybe that point, then you can't work it out anymore.
Yeah.
Then fine, but hey.
Shout
try
out
and
to
make it
Ronnie Mboya,
exciting.
anaelewa. Anasema they start wearing derrers and bonnets. No, the bonnets is proper. They wear stockings, bruv. Ushaona hizo stockings, Kamlesh, you know what I'm talking about.
Squeeze
Kwanza unavaa nguo refu, and then there's this mentality once you start wearing long ass clothes, unaelewa?
I mean,
They're just boring and nothing new to see.
yeah, maintain, man. They look just be the sexy mama you used to be.
You feel me?
Don't be like
Listen,
disrespectful.
those stockings suck, by the way. Okay?
Who wears stockings? That is what even I'm asking. Who wears stockings today?
Hey, Joey, these girls out there, they're pulling up to your house looking like 10 over 10 minus nothing. And when it comes to time to sleep, she's pulling out the whole stocking from her bag, putting it on her head and looking at you like she looks sexy. You look like a freaking garbage bag.
She pulls up for the sleepover with a huge ass bag, bro. Come on.
Me, I actually put on stockings when I'm sleeping. I want to be comfortable.
Alone or with you?
Yo, how?
You're with them.
You, why not? Nasikia kulala.
Me maybe bonnet too, nama nikae busy.
Sasa
That
bonnet
is
ina
what
mpaka
I'm
Lala
usiku.
ukikaa sexy.
Ai, nyi kwendeni.
Kama unalala sasa
Tutaenda.
Kwa usingizi.
Hapana.
Shmani
See, the
tutaenda.
next
No,
morning
when
I
you're
look
sleeping,
sexy.
you have to wear stockings.
Tutaenda kwa nyako.
The problem is when I'm sleeping, I want to be comfortable.
Where's the
No,
lala?
I can't lie. I can't sleep with my hair or my bracelet.
Mimi
I'm
nalala na
comfortable.
nywele yangu na
So
nywele.
you're comfortable when you're ugly.
You're a man.
No, but I have long hair and I sleep with my hair.
And for us, I think we've grown up like that, you know?
That's not okay.
You can't, it's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable.
Okay,
Alafu,
nishazoea.
kwanza kitu
Nalalabia,
refu ni
nalalabia.
heavy. Bah, nah, bro.
Sometimes
Me, I
nalalabia.
didn't wig.
Tell you, who the hell do you think you are?
It's crazy, man. Shout out to Team Uganda.
They're
Very
quiet.
quiet, very silent.
Kenya has 20 points so far.
Yeah, man. Mr. Setu, I need to hear your voice, man. Say something.
Unasikia venyewe Kiswahili ni samifu.
Yeah.
Amesema tuwasikiza.
Tuwasikiza, tuwafuatilia.
Mr. Twakam, unasikia kitu amesema? Mr. Twakam.
Twasija.
Shout out to all 850 we have in the chat room. We're in the heavy shit. 850.
We outside, real talk. Yeah, man. But Danny Harrison is saying, if you want a relationship to last, you're gonna have to learn how to deal with each other constructively. I can find saying, if you do this, I get another wife.
Nice to see you, Kana.
A relationship is work. I would agree with Cameron. I think what HR said is, you go out to marry your friend. You go out to find someone that's your friend.
Yep.
Because then you have no judgment. Then listen, we all get comfortable. I'm guilty. I got comfortable. I did. Now, you know, my wife was at the beginning, because I was working out every weekend and do that thing, no kids come along, you get comfortable. I said, you know, instead of working out, you eat a pint of ice cream. You know, you get comfortable, so you're not as sexy as you once was. You know, your wife comes to you and says, man, somebody's letting themselves go around here.
Hey, that must have hurt.
I said that. She said it so unapologetically, HR. I was like, I said, what you talking to? You talking to me? You talking to me? Right? Of course, I was the only one in the room. Of course, she's talking to me. But I said, you talking to me? You talking this fuck shit to me?
Hey, yo.
You talking to one of the kids? Oh, you talking to one of the kids?
Hey, yo.
I'll be the kid. So you know, so I'm always gonna be honest. The guilty one, you know, she stayed in shape, walking, exercising, and I got to looking at, you know, getting in the easy chair, looking at TV with my ice cream. So yeah, I got comfortable. So it does happen, but like I said, I mean, I'm guilty. So that's true. That's true, goddamn it, shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I ain't working. I got too many kids now. I've been working out every weekend. Shit, goddamn.
Hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But as we're coming to an end, man, I wanna hear everyone's closing remarks on the topic. You know, first and foremost, let's start with Team Uganda.
That's the same thing. Yeah, that's the same thing Seto's wife told him. That's why she left his ass. Somebody letting themselves go around here, Seto.
Come on, Seto. Say something. Say something.
Say something.
Nah, but what are your closing remarks?
About marriage contract.
No, about
the whole conversation.
Today's show,
Everything.
Setu, are you sleeping?
My conclusion about everything that has been talked about cheating, I don't forgive. Secondly, about the marriage contract, that is insane, because it is even illegal for one to pay bribes to someone. According to me, it is illegal to pay like
You're making your own laws.
No, not making laws. It is illegal to pay. Like, you're going to stay with someone, you're going to eat the same food, in fact, you're going to take care about this woman. Why do you pay?
Okay.
Maria,
Shout out to
closing
you,
remarks?
Setu. Thank you for the response. Maria?
All right, me, first of all, according to my own understanding, bride price wasn't something to pay. All right, some people take it in a different way, and it was a ritual that was supposed to be done. You know, and when you look at the bride price of nowadays, it's extremely different that even men are so scared of marrying women. And somebody's like, how am I going to afford that? Because they have put it up there that if you cannot, it becomes so very hard for a lot of people to afford. But before then, people used to marry, but it wasn't you going to pay somebody, or you like I've heard that in Kenya, of course, in Tanzania, women are going to start paying men and stuff. But what my biggest question about that is, what do these men expect after being paid the bride price? Do they expect to be men, or are they turning to be women in trousers or something? I don't know. But because now they are turning the entire traditional meaning of this traditional marriage. I don't want to look at the word dowry, because dowry was a word that was brought by our colonizers. We never called it dowry in Africa. It was we used to call it traditional marriage, just like you say church marriage. I usually tell you that when you are going to church, let me say for example the Catholics, when you are going to have the church wedding, you have to buy some gifts to go with. This is according to the law of the Catholic Church. You buy the Eucharist, the communion, you buy the wine, you buy that Holy Grail, the cup. All right, these are rituals for the Catholic Church. For you to be married in this church, you have to buy those things, and those are the elements that allow you to officially be married by the priest. So why is it that for it is not dowry? Why is it that for it, when you are buying all the things for the Catholic Church, it is something that should not be questioned? Why is it when we decide to say that we are having our elements of rituals for two people to be united as one, why is it called a dowry? Why is it called someone buying somebody else's daughter? Why is it called something different? So I think people have marriage, or African traditional marriage, has lost its entire meaning. First of all, it shouldn't be extremely expensive, right? It shouldn't be expensive to the point that everyone should be scared. It shouldn't be expensive that if you are taking me, you should feel that you are so entitled because you have to sweat to get me from, from my child. It should be something that is important, which of course is no longer the case nowadays. So if only we go back to the real value of traditional marriage, I believe we should have a lot of respect for each other in marriage today, and people will even hear the divorce. But of course, we don't know what it means to be traditionally married. We don't know what it means to swear in front of someone's parent and promise to take care of their daughter. We don't know what it means for a woman to promise your mother-in-law that you're going to take care of her favorite son, because everything has lost the value. So when we talk about marriage now, we are talking about a scam, really, because it has no value at all. But yeah, we have to discuss about it. This is why we had Kamlesh and Messiah, I don't know his name, Messenger, that it contract, right? They have made it a contract, and yes, indeed it is a contract now. But of course I would say, if only we are to prosper in the union of a man and a woman, we should go back to our roots and understand what we are, joining into, or what we are getting ourselves into. All right, because in Uganda, traditionally, before you even go to you meet this guy, you decide, but before you even go to get married to this man, you are taught And your parents have to make sure that you understand what you're going for. You understand what you're going to meet. You are prepared for everything. All right, but of course nowadays it's not like before. Not everyone goes through that process. And because at times when you are told to do all things, you can get scared. If you are not ready, you start telling you, I love you, mom, but I'm not ready to go through all this. So they will tell you, if you're not ready, then wait until you feel like you're very ready to meet this man and take that full responsibility. But nowadays, no, we meet at a club, whatever, and then boom, tomorrow we are going to marry. Because I want people to see that my village, my man has bought a fridge, a car, buying chairs for my mom. And then you start planning, we don't have a tank of water. You have to bring that tank at home. People are turning this into a business, And this is why things are going astray.
Yeah.
We don't know why we are getting married. We don't know why someone is coming home to bring whatever list that you're listing. I don't know why then people should be buying things, some other weird stuff. So a man should bring a tank to your mother's house. Because you don't have a tank. Alright, so we don't have a sofa, we don't have a set of couch in the house, and then somebody else's son should bring that couch. The couch even the mother doesn't have. He's bringing for your mom. What do you expect this man to treat you with? Of course, I brought a couch. That's why some men are very annoyed. They're annoyed with this whole marriage thing. So each time it's gonna remember, I had to buy that shit. And now she's doing this, I had to buy it. Now she's doing this, I had to buy it.
I ain't gonna lie, I've been knowing as fuck. I've been knowing as fuck.
Let me really peace, they're married. Alright?
Alright, Maria.
They are married.
It happens, man.
All
It
these
happens.
things.
It happens. Yeah, man. Thank you.
So I'll conclude by saying we need to be ready to do this. Secondly, we have to go back to our roots and know why. People usually talking about dowry, understand about all these dowry they take to church that the priest takes and all that. Until we realize the purpose of marriage, I guess maybe that's the only way we may succeed in our marriages.
That's what's up.
But anyway, thank you.
That's what's up. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Seto. Man like Kamlesh, you go.
You Joe.
You go.
You Joe.
You go.
Rada.
Dada dada.
Rada.
Dada dada.
Listen.
Yeah.
My closing remarks. Yeah?
Yeah.
My closing remark is this. Understand that this is no child's play. Understand the requirements that are required for you to succeed in this union that is marriage, and understand that if you do actually get a spouse and you feel like this person is for you, the consequences of your infidelity will echo way further into your future. Because I feel like we haven't spoken about this, but soul ties are a thing, people. They're a thing. So if you go out there just putting yourself or letting anybody inside you, or just getting inside anybody, the energy is a thing, and you should take care of yourself. You should know that the fact that you chose this person, and you were sober, you were of sound mind, and you were everything, and no matter how difficult it gets, take the conversation home. Don't seek solace elsewhere. Don't seek audience elsewhere. Go talk to the person you chose to spend the rest of your life with, the person you're dating, the person you're sleeping with. Choose them. Don't choose to go out there investigating. I wonder how Julia tastes like. I wonder. Damn. Stay home. Stay with your people and stay true to yourself and to your family. The repercussions of infidelity are really heavy.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate you. Stay safe.
Till next time, the one and only Candice.
You go. Come on.
You Joe.
Yeah, man. Mr. Blackwood Fire, Wagwan.
Hey, Eugene.
My closing remarks, I agree with Candace, and I also agree with Maria. and understand someone's been in a long marriage. Marriages are hard. So I think communication is very important. Once you lose communication, you're going to start losing a certain amount of respect for one another. So, then if you don't communicate, you will start to grow apart. You just will. I don't never advise cheating. No matter how bad my marriage got, I never cheated. But I always think, I hate to say this, I think that in my early years, I was such a bad guy with so many women. I think that allowed me, because I didn't need to experience anything. So I think that's why I got comfortable. I had experienced almost anything any man can experience with a bunch of women. So I didn't need to go cheat on my wife. So I don't believe in getting married early. I don't believe in that shit at all. I believe you should go out and experience, so you're not hurting anyone, a bunch of women, or you deal with a bunch of men, but you know, women and men are different. Well, actually, what's your body call if you're a woman? But like I said, marriages are hard. So there's going to be downtime. Not all marriages work. Hate to tell you. It's not everything like I'm always being bed of roses. Like HR's right, that contract. I don't know if you should make a physical contract, but you should probably take, hate to say it, ladies, what he's saying is actually wisdom. I know it sounds despicable, but it's actually wisdom. You know, you got kids, I get it. You should make a 5-year period where you go back and, let's say not a contract, let's say you go back and reassess the marriage and where you're at and what's lacking within the marriage. I think what he said is actually brilliant. I never did that. I think you should take a 5-year, inventory on the marriage. Where are we now? How do you feel about me? What can I do to make it better? And so we can strengthen this marriage so we can survive the next 5 years. Please, come out and have a real honest communication session with one another about what's lacking. Are you sexually frustrated? Are you upset that we're not giving enough time? Are the children out? Do you believe the children are taking too much time? Because understand this in a marriage, guy. When you guys have children, one spouse may be upset that you're spending too much time with your children. I know that sounds crazy, but that can happen. That happened to me. I was spending too much time with my children, not much time with my wife. So understand that. So, but yeah, so just understand it's going to be a long process of learning one another. And if you're committed, you'll do what HR said. I think you need that. I think what HR said, not a contract, but a reevaluation after 5 years. Now, maybe if I would have did that, maybe my marriage would have survived. But I wasn't mature enough to even do that at the time. So I allowed the marriage to separate itself and knew the final conclusion. Because I ain't gonna lie, I said at a certain period of time, when my kids get grown, I'm out of this shit. Because I never wanted to be, I don't think marriage is for everybody. I never wanted to be married. I'm gonna be honest. So, societal pressures never hurt me like, you need to be married. I never wanted to be married. I kind of was conned into it. But anyway, those are my closing remarks. And let me say, shout out to all 1,136 of us in here, 34.
That's what's up. What's up. Thank you, Mr. Blackwood Fire. Miss Joby?
For me, number one, I'll say understand infidelity has consequences on both ends. That is for a man and a woman. The one who's cheated, the one who's being cheated on, I still believe both it has consequences. Secondly, marriage, be like what Kamlesh said, it's not for the weak. At least that's that term. It's not for the weak. You need to be prepared mentally, especially. Like what you said earlier, you need to know that there are changes, there's a lot of changes literally when it comes to marriage. Are you ready for that? Are you ready to work it out? Are you gonna be the easy one to walk out and ask for divorce? Like, what's up, know what you want as a person and know when you're ready. And then last but not least is I do hope us generation, we're gonna raise our kids better, like what Maria was trying to say. When it comes to dowry, when it comes to black taxes, stop teaching your children about they need to refund back, you know, what what is your responsibility,
In the
you know,
first
you
place.
raising them, you know, you taking care of them. Let us stop normalizing that. We need to break the generational, you know, norm and make things change. So those are my closing remarks, and thank you to everyone who has been with us. It's been an amazing show. I've enjoyed today. I feel like I've talked more than I always do. But anyway, yeah.
It's just ish.
Ish.
Yeah.
Wow.
Neither here nor there.
Okay.
It's just you.
Wow.
SH to the money
Yeah,
plans.
much love.
My closing remark: change starts from you. You're the change each and every day in your marriage. Those who believe there is infidelity, there are those people who believe they can't be. It's all on you. You decide on yourself or by yourself. And again, in conclusion, again, have a foundation. Even if you build a company, you have to have a strong foundation for the company not to break, right? You have to have a base. So when you start your relationship or even marriage, have a basis. Have something to rely on. Once there's gonna be ups and downs, there is a base. You know, there is something that is holding you. But if it is weak, then you're gonna fall. So at the end of the day, you need to create that basis in a relationship, in marriage, when you're raising kids. Have that strong foundation. But anyway, take care of yourself. Thank you so much to the Ugandan team, to everybody who was with us on X and of course on TikTok. Thank you so much at Umoja. It was amazing. Ronin Boya, Zales, Umoja Radio. Thank you so much. And see you tomorrow.
Next, you guys are killing it. You guys are up to 1,192 people.
Shout out to them.
Not a vibes. My closing remarks, you guys have literally summarized everything, but it's been an amazing show. I've personally enjoyed it a lot. I feel like we should do it at least once a week.
I have too.
Every Tuesday.
That's what I said. Hey, you hear that? Listen, you hear that? Somebody please tell Joby that. Somebody please tell Joby that.
Will you stop
Somebody
throwing me
please
under
tell
the bus?
Joby
Will you
that.
stop throwing me under the bus? Will
Yeah, I
you
don't know,
stop
maybe
it?
on Tuesdays.
I really agree. That was fun, man. I've enjoyed it.
Maybe on Tuesdays, you know.
Every Tuesday.
But yeah, man, shout out to the Ugandan team, shout out to Maria and Setu, shout out to Hugo all the way in El Torres,
Shout out to you, Joe.
shout out to Mr. Blackwood Fire, shout out to the people on TikTok, X, YouTube,
What's up, fam?
StreamYard, everyone. Same time, same place. Much love,
Adios.
I'll see you.
Adios, amigo.